Hey there, DK here with Mr. V Amps, and we got an SWR Bass Rig. Yeah, that's a Henry the 8x8 cabinet. So if a 10x8 cabinet is the refrigerator, like most of us refer to, this would be the mini fridge, I guess. It's still tall, 3.5-ish foot tall, and on top of it, I believe that says SM400S maybe. The amp is a 2-channel amp where they kind of have it as like stereo, but it's crossed over. I don't know why they refer to it as right and left. I guess it's just because what we're used to. But you can use it to drive 2 cabinets, like a treble bass or treble cabinet and like a subwoof cabinet. I had to clean this up a lot before I brought it into the lair here. I don't know if it was stored in a garage or a barn, but the outside of the cabinet was just covered in spiders, and there's lots of dust. There's still plenty of dust on the amp itself, but nothing like what there was. So at this point, we're gonna do some checks. I did have the face off of the cabinet there. I did check speakers for voice coil rub, but beyond that, I really don't know if this is going to explode or not. I did plug it in. Let's take a look at the amp a little closer. Kids, there's our amplifier. SWR Professional Series. Let's see, SWR Professional Series by SWR Engineering. SM400S bass amplifier. This side says solid state power amp with treble transparency, whatever that is. Master crossover frequency and balance. Okay, that's what that's set to. Come to the middle, we have an equalizer. As you can see, one of the sliders is popped off, and the little pin there is bent. We should be able to straighten that, and I should be able to get a slider for that. They are available, despite the fact that everybody wants to charge a king's ransom. What's interesting with these is not only can you set the levels, you know, like plus 15 dB to minus 15 dB, but you can also parametrically move them around to where they are. So that makes it really configurable. I think you can really dial in quite the sound if you want. And then we'll come over to the preamp section. We have gain, limiter, aural enhancer, whatever that means, and bass. Inputs are high gain and low gain, and it is marked as a tube preamplifier. So maybe there's a 12AX7 in here. I don't know. So I've got a fire extinguisher handy. I did plug this in. I have the master volume turned down and the gain turned down. So let's flip the lever and see if it explodes. Let's turn my blinker light off here. And here we go. Okay, so I just got a little bit of an amplifier thump. I got a power light. Power light kind of blinkied a little bit, but it's I think it's still on. Turn up master and gain a little bit. Okay, well, turning master gets me dirty control sounds. Turning gain gets me dirty control sounds, but they're sounds, right? So that's great. I got sounds. The sounds of dirty controls, but it's at least sound. So let's plug an instrument in and see what happens. Do you hear that sound? Sounds like a frequency test pattern, doesn't it? It's not. I've only got the master at 2 dots and the gain at like a half a dot. Now granted, these controls really need cleaned. Here it comes. That's the instrument feedback. This thing is like louder than loud. Amazing. Okay, this is not tuned really, because it hasn't been tuned in a while anyway. But it was here. There's a nice sound of fuzz, right? it's looking promising. It's trying to work anyway. Yeah, this gain control is really grubby. I mean, really grubby. I think these controls need to be cleaned before we can count on anything to be right. Let's turn our master to 0. Are we still getting sound through it? No. Let's crank this gain pot around a little bit and see if we can just clean the shmoo off of it without having to pull the lid. We will pull the lid, take my word for it, we will. Alright, let's see if that helped a little. Sounds a lot more reasonable. And we're cutting in and out. That's just dirty controls. Limiter. Oh yeah. Seems to give me a little compression. Aural enhancer. Does that do anything? Can apparently make my signal drop out. More bass. Oh yeah, more bass works. Yeah, it kind of works. Frequencies. Yeah, it kind of works. That kind of works. That kind of works. Yeah. Well, these two aren't going to do anything because I'm not into a stereo rig. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, based on our preliminary checkout, this unit is probably very, very dusty inside, just like it was on the outside, and filthy controls are the reason it's working like doo-doo. So, we'll be taking the lid off of this and cleaning all the controls. I apologize for my lack of a voice. I'm fighting a little bit of an illness. Maybe that's why you haven't seen me on here too recently. But yeah, these two items are fairly valuable when they're in good working order. And it looks like the speaker cabinet's okay. When I actually have the amplifier playing a clean tone, I'm not hearing a bunch of rubbish. I need to maybe double check the tweeter to make sure that's working, but do people really like tweeters on their bass amps? I don't know. I never did. But maybe that's just me. So, yeah, on the surface, I think we're in promising shape. The LED light bulb for on and off is a little on the dim side. Maybe we'll address that. And I'm curious to see about like the preamp clip lights and see if those do anything. Let's see if that actually works. Let me turn the volume down to doo-doo and then, oh yeah, there you go. There's a limiter light. See, there's a limiter. It can work. So it can put a cap on you so you're not too dang loud, right? Let's see if I can, oh yeah, see, I can make the other one light too if I really thump on it. Now I don't know if high gain on this is for a high gain instrument or it's actually high gain to what you plug in. No, it's high gain to what you plug in because this is a passive bass. Okay, cool. So at least I have a gist of what we got going on. So we'll call this part 1, the checkout, and I will see you tomorrow because it's late and I'm exhausted. Just moving this and the other things we got from the auction is enough to really make me want to quit, but I did some cleaning on this and I did some very thorough cleaning on another thing that I suppose I'll just show it to you. It's not really interesting, it won't be a technical repair, but take a look at that. But we got ourselves this SWR rig. We got a guitar amp that's weird. Got a bass cab from Fender. That's probably boring. And then I got some Shure Vocal Master equipment, which I already have some Shure Vocal Master equipment, but I never really got around to fixing it up because I was aggravated with some situations about it. But I think now that I have what I have, I think we can get this done. So anyway, I will see you soon. We're going to fix this and get this working from what it does now to more better. Might just be a burnout LED on the power, I think. But yeah, this should just be controls, a little slider knob, straightening that out. This thing should come right to life. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.